What are some ways to get out of a rut in jiu-jitsu? We're just talking about this off air. I always get caught in the same spot, cross side, and can't move. What should I do?
This is a brutal answer, but the truth.
Sure.
If you have a hard time in a certain position, start there every time. Start with a person across the side until you get used to it. And then on top of starting there and you start working your techniques, learn some new escapes, because whatever you're doing right now isn't working. Yeah. So learn some new escapes. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to learn 47 escapes, but if you've got your one go-to escape and it's not working, there's a pretty good chance if you only know one escape from something, it's not going to work. Because one escape, then guess what the person has to defend? One thing. And so they stop it. So learn, 3 escapes total, maybe 4 escapes total, and these are escapes that must be escapes that kind of chain together, which most of the time they do. So you learn and you can ask obviously you can ask your instructor. You can ask some of the other students that you see get out, how did you do that? You can even go look at YouTube and Google cross-side escapes and get some good ideas from there. And then you're going to have to take risks while you try your new escapes you can drill them, of course, but then eventually you're going to have to try them live, because when you do something in a drill, it is not the same as doing it live. There are adjustments that need to be made and things that you need to figure out. And you're not going to be successful the first 100 times or 50 times or 28 times or 420 times that you try something. Yep. There's a lot of little things you got to figure out, and you're going to get caught in some of those times. You're going to try something new and you're going to get caught. So take risks and try your escapes. Another point, and I've probably talked about this before, specifically cross-side, don't wait until the person settles in before you start your escape. And this is true with anything, right? This is true with life. Don't wait until if you see a bad position coming, don't wait until the bad thing actually fully happens to you. No, start to defend it before it settles in on you. You get a bad scenario coming down the line, start to aggressively counter that bad thing, whatever it is, before it actually gets you. And if you can do that, then you will be, I guarantee that's a lot of the problem right there. Because you know why? Because getting out of a cross side is a really hard position to get out of. I don't care who you are. I have a hard time. Yep. When Dean gets a cross side on me, it is hard to get out.
Yes, sir.
It's really hard to get out.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Yeah, that's a dominant position. And that's the last thing is, you have to take some risks to get out. Sometimes you got to break the rules to get out. You got to do something. You got to offer up a possible submission to them that is coming. There's some things that you can do like that. But escaping before the situation has occurred to you is a very positive thing. You could do that with anything. You're in a relationship, you see something bad coming down you see a human being you're in a relationship with, and you see that the relationship is going in a bad direction. Yeah. If you try and either fix it or end it before the thing goes sideways, that's the smart thing to do. Yeah. Don't wait until everything's a disaster and you gotta go and get the restraining order or whatever, right? You're calling the cops because you got someone that's acting irrational. Don't wait until that moment. Yeah. Solve the problem as early as possible is the point.
Yeah. Agree.
So that's how you get out of that little rut.
Yeah, that what you said in the beginning of the start in that bad situation. That's a huge help. And I don't know if all academies do this, but I mean Dean has always done this. Where before you do open mat or the live rolling or whatever, right before that, there's a part where it's essentially situational training. Yeah, you go start side control. We're gonna go for 2 minutes or minute and a half, whatever. One guy on top, one guy on bottom, obviously. And
if you get out, restart.
Exactly right. Yeah, the top guy's trying to submit the bottom guy. The bottom guy's trying to escape. If the bottom guy escapes, you start all over. Yeah. That's it.
And the other point to that is, if you get submitted, it doesn't count.
Exactly right.
Of course. Yeah. I'm trying new things. I'm taking risks. So I expect you. I actually expect that you're going to get submitted because you're trying new things. If you don't get submitted, you fail. because you didn't try something new that was really risky.
If you're just staying there, that's not what that drill's for. And you can feel it too.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, sure, the guy tapped me out. You don't want him to tap you out, but you're there to escape. That's it. You know, so it's not about like winning this match or losing this round or whatever. You know, and then you get so familiar with being inside control. So when you do go live roll, you're like, oh, I'm familiar because I've done this situational drill. Full speed, by the way, it's a full speed drill. And yeah, you're just so familiar with that position. So not only are you more comfortable, you know those different escapes that you've learned, you know, earlier that day or whenever you learned them, and then you can execute them way better. You know?
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. But that helped, man. That helps so much. Those situational